Chapter 3, Mishnah 1. The Mishnah lists all of the dimensions of the outer Mizbeach from the ground up. The outer Mizbeach was 32 amos by 32 amos at ground level, as measured along its western and northern sides. It went up 1 amma and went inward 1 amma. This first level was called the base. After indenting inward by 1 amma, it is found that the Mizbeach now measured 30 by 30 amos around all four sides. It went up 5 amos and went inward 1 amma. This second level was called the ledge. It was called the ledge because the top of this level formed a ledge for the Kohanim to walk upon as they made their way around the side of the Mizbeach. After indenting inward by 1 amma on all four sides, it is found that the Mizbeach now measured 28 by 28 amos. It now went up 3 amos to form the top level of the Mizbeach. At each corner of the Mizbeach's top were the horns, 1 amma cubes. The place set aside for the horns took up 1 amma of space from this side of the top and 1 amma of space from the other side of the top. After taking away these 1 amma strips of space around all four sides of the top, it is found that what remained was a square area measuring 26 by 26 amos. Just inside the place for the horns was the place where the feet of the Kohanim walked, a narrow walkway for the Kohanim to use as they made their way around the top of the Mizbeach to tend to the fires. This took up 1 amma of space from this side of the top and 1 amma of space from the other side of the top. After taking away these 1 amma strips of space around all four sides of the top, it was found that what remained was a square area measuring 24 by 24 amos, and this was the place of the fire, where the various fires of the Mizbeach would be built. The Mishnah describes how the design of the Mizbeach changed from the first temple to the second temple. Rabbi Yossi said originally in the first temple built by King Shlomo, the Mizbeach was only 28 by 28 amos at ground level, instead of 32 by 32 amos. The different levels of the Mizbeach went in and went up in this same manner described at the beginning of the Mishnah, until it is found that the place of the fire measured only 20 by 20 amos. That is, the Mizbeach started out with a base of 28 amos to a side, and the ledge was 26 amos to a side, and the Mizbeach's top was 24 amos to a side. After taking away 1 amma on all sides for the place of the horns and another amma for the walkway of the Kohanim, the area left for the place of the fire was 20 by 20 amos. But when the returning Jewish exiles went up from Bavel, where they had been after the destruction of the first temple, to Eretz Yisrael to build the second temple, they added 4 amos to the south side of the Mizbeach and 4 amos on the west, in the shape of the Greek letter gamma. The Greek letter gamma looks like an upside-down Hebrew letter nun, which is the same as an upside-down capital letter L. And the Mishnah means that an L-shaped addition was made to the Mizbeach. As it says in a prophecy about the outer Mizbeach of both the second and third temples in Yehezkel 43:16, and the Ariel, this is the name the verse gives to the top of the Mizbeach, is 12 amos long by 12 amos wide, a square. Now, based on a literal reading of the verse, I might think that the top of the Mizbeach was only 12 amos by 12 amos, but this is not correct. For when the end of this verse says, for its 4 quarters, it teaches that from the center of the Mizbeach, the verse is measuring 12 amos in each direction, for a total size of 24 by 24 amos. The end of the Yehezkel verse uses the phrase, for its 4 quarters, to teach that the top of the Mizbeach was divided into 4 equal parts, and that each one of these was 12 by 12 amos. The Mishnah describes another feature of the Mizbeach. A line of red paint circled the Mizbeach at the middle of its height. The Mizbeach was 10 amos high from the ground to the top of the horns, so this line was 5 amos off the ground, or 1 amma below the top of the ledge. The purpose of the red line was to separate between the upper bloods and the lower bloods. Certain offerings had their blood applied on the upper half of the Mizbeach, while the blood of other offerings had to be applied on the lower half. The red line marked the middle of the Mizbeach to help the Kohanim apply the bloods to the correct place. The Mishnah said that the base of the Mizbeach measured 32 amos by 32 amos, but as explained in the chapter introduction, the base was actually not a perfect square. The Mishnah clarifies this point. The part of the base that protruded from beneath the ledge went along the entire north side and the entire west side of the Mizbeach, and it ate, i.e. continued 1 amma into the south side and 1 amma into the east side. When the Mishnah said that the base of the Mizbeach was 32 amos to a side, this was true only in the north and west, where it protruded 1 amma from beneath the ledge. But in the east and south, the base did not protrude from beneath the ledge, and on these sides it was only 31 amos long. At the northeast and southwest corners, the base wrapped around the corner and ate 1 amma into the space it would have occupied.